Thank you, Maria and Ansika. Good morning, everyone. This workshop, 5 days workshop on mapping street geography, is conceived with certain ideas. And as all of you know, that a street constitutes vital elements of urban morphology. And these streets are all human-made. Human beings have made this street with certain design. There is certain rationality why this street came into existence at a particular point in history. And these are very, very important features of particularly old city. The most interesting and surprising part is that while the society is changing, its needs and aspirations are changing, still there are people who are living in the streets, carrying on with their everyday life in distinct ways. There are transitions also, there are changes which are taking place, but the street still retains many of its features. So the idea behind organizing this workshop is to understand the streets in all their complexities, all their dynamism. And Banaras, as you know, as it is believed, and it is true also, that it is one of the oldest cities of the world, and it retains some of the very old traditions, and these old traditions can be seen only in the streets. So idea is not only to map the physical aspects of the street, but also to see how the streets are socially constructed, what are the economic processes which are operating in the streets, what are the cultural activities that take place in the street, what is the everyday life of people living in the streets, the art, the graffiti, the murals that now increasingly we are seeing on the walls of the city. And also we'll be trying to look into the continuities and changes. There are changes which are happening, there are changes with continuity, and there are also many elements which are still continuing without any changes. So the workshop has been conceived with the idea that the students of geography and social science, and we also have students from Institute of Technology, IIT, Banaras Hindu University. The idea is to map these streets of Varanasi in all the complexities. There are hundreds of and thousands of streets in the city, and we cannot possibly map all these streets. So what we have done is to we have done kind of sampling, in the sense that we are not going to map each and every street, but we are going to map different kinds of streets. I mean, there are streets which are very long, as long as maybe 2 kilometers. There are streets which are only 10 meters in length. And if you look at the social composition of the streets, there are great variations. So we have tried to take streets from different parts of the city, particularly the older Varanasi city, and we have also tried to incorporate in our survey streets which belong to different caste and religious communities. Streets, presents a very unique and complex picture, as I have already mentioned. So mapping is a very, very, in recent years, mapping is not only about mapping the morphological pattern of the city or the streets. It is also about how people live there, and there are layers and layers which are there in the streets, and we will try to unravel those layers. And I totally agree with Professor V.K. Tripathi that it is not possible to understand the complexity and dynamism of those streets in 1 or 2 days of field work. But our purpose is not to, create a holistic, we cannot do that, but our purpose is to just to train students who are the future researchers to, in the process of understanding perspective, so that they can see streets as a vital elements of urban landscape, and also to carry forward the research pertaining to the continuing relevance of streets in the modern cities. Because if you just see Varanasi, and if you ask any street dwellers, they will say that हम लोग अंदर वाले हैं और सड़क के उस पार वाले बाहर वाले हैं. So there is insider and outsider thing. They feel that they are part of the city, and everyday life is still, it retains characteristics of rural setting. People know each other. Living in a particular street, people know each other by face. They may belong to different religion, different caste groups, but they have so much of primary interaction, face-to-face interaction. So with these purpose, this workshop has been conceived, and it will run for 5 days. Today is the first day, and today we will have lectures by people specializing in urban social geography. We have Professor Shravan Acharya from Jawaharlal Nehru University, Professor Aparajita Dey from Delhi School of Economics, Dr. Vikramaditya Chaudhary from JNU, and also we have Dr. Vaibhav from Bihar University, and we have Dr. Susmita Sahu. She is a animal rights activist, and she adds an important dimension to the understanding of the streets, because Banaras, animals are very integral part of the streets of Varanasi city. And the first day is entirely devoted to lectures and training components. On the second day, we will be in the field from 9 to 6. And on the third day, also, we will be in the field 1 in the morning, and we'll also have a provision of visiting the city and seeing the streets and how a street appears. Because the geography of the streets keep on changing. It's like river only. So we try to understand the temporal dimension of the street, particularly the diurnal aspect of the street. And on the 4th day, we will have report writing and map making, where our mentors, who are eminent resource persons, they will be guiding students in the process of map making and report writing. And on the last day, there will be evaluation, presentation and evaluation. We have also this, on the advice of the organizing committee of this workshop, we have introduced this instituted 3 + 3 6 prizes. So the best 3 report writers will get presentation from the faculty members of this department, and the best 3 map makers, they will also get prizes from the department. So Professor Rajkumar has come. He is coordinator of Intercultural Study Center. So may I request Professor Rajkumar to please come and sit on the dais, please. So with these words, I end here. Thank you very much. I thank all the participants coming from different parts of India, and all the resource persons, or faculty members, or non-teaching staff, and all the dignitaries who are sitting on the dais. Thank you very much.